To get started, you want to thread both your cords onto your button and you want to pull the cords out equally at both sides. And then you can take your board and attach your button to the top of your board. And then you want to take your shortest cords and you want to clip these to the bottom of your board in the centre. And to begin your pattern, you're going to take your longest cords and you're going to work square knots for almost halfway into your bracelet. So to go over, over and through. And then you have to go under, under and through. And then you have to do the same thing again and just keep going down with square knots until you've got almost halfway down your bracelet. So once you've got almost halfway down your bracelet, you can unclip the cords from the bottom of the board, and then you want to be using these to knot with. So you want to take the cords that you were knotting with to begin with, and you want to clip these to the bottom of the board. You can clip one at a time if you want, because you're just going to do one side each time. So we want to take this cord, and you just want to work over one of the cords in the centre. So you want to go over and pull through, and then you want to go under and pull through. And you can make this section as big or as small as you want. So you just want to keep repeating over and through and under and through until you've got this section as big as you want it. And you want to do the same thing at the other side. So once you've done both sides, you should end up with something that looks like this. So you can push everything into place just to make sure that it's even at both sides. And then you want to pick which side you want to put your charm on. So this might depend on which wrist you want to wear it on, what side you want to button it on, etc. So I'm going to put it at this side. So I want to take the charm and just insert it with both the cords. And then just ease it over the hitch knots I've just done. And then I want to switch back to what I was doing originally. So I want to take these two cords and clip these back to the bottom of the board. And then taking the colour I was originally working with, I'm going to go back to doing square knots. I'm just going to go over, over and through. And then I want to ease that up into place to make it nice and tight. And then go under, under and through. And you can adjust here just to make sure it's nice and secure and neat. And then you want to continue and do as many square knots as you did at this part down this side. So once you've got the bracelet as long as you want it, you can remove your cords from the bottom of the board and then you can separate them into two sections. And then you want to take one cord, clip it back to the bottom of the board, and then you can take the cord on the outside and you can do hitch knots to create your buttonhole. So you want to go over and through and then under and through, a bit like you did there but with the same colour. Although you could switch colours if you wanted to as a little bit of extra detail. So you just want to do this until you've got a space large enough for your button to fit through. And how many of these you will need does depend on the size of your button, so it's a good idea to measure as you go along. And you want to do the same at this side as you do at that side. So once you've done that at both sides, you can clip these two cords back to the centre of the board. And then you want to do a couple of square knots just to fasten up your buttonhole. So once you're happy that everything's nice and secure, you can remove your bracelet from the board and you can trim and seal any excess. So I'm going to use a lighter to seal, but you could use glue if you preferred. And once you're finished, you should end up with something that looks like this. So now you just want to try on your bracelet. And that is your completed macrame charm bracelet.